Welcome to Bodies, Bloods, and Books. I'm Em, and this is Tay, and we're two longtime friends who love thriller novels, questionable characters, stoner tangents, and a twist we didn't see coming. Each episode, we dive into a book one section at a time.
Today we're talking about chapters 33 through the end of the book of Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston. We'll give a quick recap and then get into the nail-biting details. So grab your bud, a snacky, and something to sip on because it's time to light up.
Hey, Tay, how you been?
Hey, Em. Oh, I've been fine. How about you? Got any good, juicy stories?
Nothing too juicy. I told you this already. I took 2 days off work last week, and I just cleaned my whole house, like all the deep cleaning stuff that you just don't think of, and I kind of feel like a new person. It's just so
I bet.
nice to have an office that's clutter-free and all my carpets are clean, and I can lay down on them without just coming away covered in cat hair.
Oh, that's so nice. I really want to do that. Our kitchen, I'm pretty sure, when we moved in a few years ago, I noticed that the sides of the oven and, I'm sure the back of, behind the oven are horrifically dirty. And that's when we moved in. So it's only gotten worse. And at this point, I'm just too afraid to deal with it. But I really would like to.
That was kind of what I spent my time doing. Like all those little nasty things you just kind of overlook all the time, like the crevices. Ooh, like why were my baseboards so dusty?
So dusty.
Yeah. I
My
know.
walls by my air vents are really dusty, up high.
Oh, yeah, I got one of those feather dusters that extends really high, and I got all that stuff. I was telling my sister about it, and she's like, "Why am I jealous?" And I was like, "I think we're just old. This is exciting to us now."
Yeah, this is adulthood.
But it feels good. Especially my office is kind of like the room I just let get out of control messy, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much it just kind of brings me down to be in clutter all day. So, it was
It
good.
really does. I need to deal with our mold castle bathroom also.
Oh, no.
I know the caulking on the tub has come away and I need to call maintenance, but I need to have my tub clean first because I don't know. I'm sure they've seen
I
horrific things,
understand, yeah.
but I don't want them to be like, "Damn, this bitch lives like this." Also, I low-key worry I have mold poisoning, but I don't know. There's so much going on every day. I
Don't we
can't.
all?
I feel like at this point we all have to a little bit.
Certainly. In these times.
Yeah, it's just also there's squirrels in our ceiling and we've called maintenance. They've been up there 3 times to set traps and I'm like, "Okay, I'm not going to say this to them, but ideally I wish you would not kill the squirrels, but I mean, they're up there. They got to get out somehow." But I can
Yeah.
still hear them scratching and they've been up 3 times. So,
Oh, I've had rodent control problems as well, and it's not fun.
no, I'm blessed I don't have to pay for it though. I'm sad you had to pay for the raccoon removal.
Whew, the raccoon removal, y'all. My attic was a raccoon maternity ward for years, apparently. They come
Not
back
the
every year
maternity
and
ward.
they have their babies and they go, but it's all fixed now. And they came back the year after it was fixed, so I called the company up and they were like, "Oh, you're still under warranty. We'll fix that right up." And so they haven't been back since, knock on wood.
Thank God.
Um so hopefully it's fine. Yeah, it's I still get nightmares about the scratching.
Yeah, the scratching is really unsettling. Sometimes
Uh-huh.
I can hear the running, and I am like, "How is this squirrels? Y'all are big up there." But I don't know. Weird.
Sorry, you don't pay rent here. You have to go.
I know. I should deal with more things, but every day is hard.
That's why I had to take 2 days off to clean because I can't do all the other things I have to do every day and deep clean.
I know. My spouse and we've got a good routine going. And we clean our litter box every day, which helps keep clean. Cats are a mess too, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
just really also the people who lived in this unit before us actually cooked a lot. So there's grease up on what are the mold, the crown molding, I guess. Yeah, it's just
Oh,
all that stuff that I'm like, ugh.
yeah. I'm someone who gets grease on the crown molding from cooking a lot, so I
Yeah,
understand that.
it
It's
just
part
happens.
yeah, it just happens.
But that's also part of renting. It's so cool. Those people probably got charged a crazy cleaning fee and then it's actually not put towards cleaning.
I know, now that I own the place I'm in, I'm like, "Ugh, well, this is my problem if I don't clean it. I
Yeah.
can't just move out in a year and be like, oops, sorry."
Sorry, someone else will get it. Yeah. Uh, I don't think I
I
have
had
anything else.
I had one more update,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
this is dumb, but I just wanted to say it. So I've done mushrooms many times in my life, and it's always been whatever, like, I've had good and bad experiences, but I did a microdose of shrooms, like, a month ago, and I don't know what happened, but I think I might have rewired my brain to be an adult. Because I've just
Whoa.
been ever since then, I've been, like, on top of my finances, the cleaning, as I just talked about, and I just feel like my impulse control has been better. I haven't been spending so much money. So I'm just wondering, do you think I cured my mental illness with a microdose? And will I have to keep doing this every couple weeks?
Yes and yes,
Dr.
and
Tay.
yeah, I'm a really, credited source, and I know a lot, and I say yeah.
Okay, cool. Tay MD gave the stamp of approval.
To Andy. I wanna do this, I wanna try this.
I know. I don't know. I was like thinking about it and I was like, this all kind of started like right after I took that little micro dose. Hmm.
Oh my god. I low-key have wanted to try microdosing in general. Also, I've never done shrooms at all, so I'd like to do shrooms.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't,
Hmm.
it sounds fun.
I've done shrooms a lot of times around you, so that feels weird
Yeah.
to me.
I know, I'm always around for all sorts of shenanigans, I don't participate. I watched my friends do salvia in high school. I ultimately was like, "No, I don't
You
think I
can
can
skip
handle
that
that."
one. That
Yeah,
one's
yeah, I
dumb.
don't regret skipping that one. I've only ever smoked weed and drank.
Hmm. Well,
I'm just an innocent gal.
she's just a innocent teen. She's never done anything wrong, ya honor.
I haven't. I would love to do some drugs, though. If anyone hit me up if anyone wants to do shrooms.
Well, on that note, let's move on. Do you have any honorable mention books? Any books we can't cover you want to talk about?
I read one called Ring Shout. It's like a novella, so it was only 185 pages, and it was takes place in the 1930s in the South. The main character,
Ooh.
she's black. She fights Ku Klux Klan members, but they're actually like monsters, like a fantasy though. She has this cool sword. Yeah, and the KKK, they're like actually these monsters in disguise. It was really good. It was
That's
crazy.
interesting. I love a historical thriller. And that
Yeah.
like a little fantasy thrown in there too. Ugh.
Uh-huh. It was crazy. Like, I guess the Klan is the human white people in the robes and stuff, but Ku Klux is the monster version when they've been like, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So it was, yeah, her sword can be summoned through like, chants from her ancestors and stuff. It was really good. It was recommended for people who like the movie Sinners. So,
Oh, I
yeah.
haven't seen that one yet. Is it good?
Yeah, Sinners is
Oh,
really
apparently you
good.
loved it. Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, Ring Shout's good. I'm on the third Hunger Games book. It finally came off hold on Libby, so
Oh, hell yeah. Love
yeah,
the nostalgia.
I know. It's kind of scary in these times, so I'm reading it like, damn, this is real. Wow.
Huh. Yeah.
So don't love that part, but it's a good nostalgic series. But how about you? What have you been listening to?
Well, last week I talked about how I was going to read or listen to, I should say, Project Hail Mary next, which I
Oh yeah.
did start and finish since then. And wowee.
Is it good?
Um, I really enjoyed it, but I just want to put a disclaimer out there that I don't listen to or read a ton of science fiction. So, like, sometimes when you're newer, you just don't recognize that's an overused trope. Like how I loved the book Verity because it was the
Mm.
first thriller I got into, and then I read a bunch of thrillers and I was like, oh, Verity's not that good.
Yeah,
So
for
that
sure.
could be the case for this. I'm not sure. But with that out there, yes, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. It's about middle school science teacher who gets pulled into this research and development surrounding this alien life form that's they kind of describe as being like algae that is eating the sun, and they name it astrophage, and it's like slowly making Earth cooler because it's eating
Oh.
the sun. And so he ends up having to go to this other star that is infected with astrophage but isn't dying to study it and find out why. And
Oh.
it was just really cool. It was more science fiction-y, I guess, than thriller, but it was still recommended to me as a thriller. But so yeah, he's on the spaceship to this other planet, and then a bunch of stuff happens, and he ends up meeting an alien who the alien's homeworld is experiencing the same, like, astrophages slowly eating their sun.
Oh.
So they like team up to find a solution, and then the heart of the book is the relationship between the human guy. His last name is Grace. They always just call him Grace. And then the alien who looks like a spider, and they call him Rocky.
Oh, this sounds good. I'm in. It's been on my list forever, but I've not really ever known what it's about.
Right? Same. Yeah, it's been on my list forever because it's just been recommended a bunch. But I saw the movie was coming out soon,
Yeah.
and I just have been reading a lot of trash, so I wanted something that was, like, recommended as being good. But I really liked it, and the movie comes out in a couple days. It'll be out by the time this episode airs. So, I'm not gonna pay to see it because 'cause I'm cheap, but I'll watch it
Yeah,
when it's
no.
on streaming.
So true. It's too much to go to the
I'm
theater.
neutral on Ryan Gosling. He doesn't really do it for me.
That's fair.
Okay, that's all for Project Hail Mary. Oh, I just wanted to tease. I finally am starting the long game, aka the last Game Changers book, aka the Heated Rivalry series.
Yes.
Um, so in the next episode, I was gonna do a ranking where I rank all 6 of the books from most hot to least hot, and then as well as my top 3 sex scenes from between all the books.
Yes. Okay. Can I ask, I know you haven't finished Long Game. Are any of the sex scenes from Game Changer Book 1 in your top 3 list?
I don't know. I think
Okay.
I have 2 of the top 3 in mind, but I'm gonna have to go back and kinda refresh myself to look for the 3rd one.
Okay. Fair. I have 5 more weeks of a wait to read the 3rd one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I have Barnes& and
You
Noble gift cards. I might buy it.
That's fair. I I feel like you could read them out of order, but there are just little things you'll miss, but they
Mhm.
won't matter that much.
What are all the ones with Ilya and Shane again? I know obviously Heated Rivalry, and then
Um
did they only have 3?
3 is about Ryan Price,
Uh-huh.
who is on a team with Ilya at one point. So Ilya's in that one a tiny bit. And then 4 is about shoot. Who is
Is
4
Ford
about?
Dallas is a character. He's not the main character, but he's in that one, right?
That's 5.
Oh, that's 5.
4
Okay.
is about Eric
Oh,
Bennett, who
yeah.
plays with on the Admirals with Scott Hunter.
Yeah.
So Scott Hunter and Kip are in that one a bunch. And then I think Ilya's in that one a tiny bit too. And then 5 is Role Model, which is about God, there are so many names.
I
Uh
know.
Troy Barrett,
Mhm.
who, yeah, he used to be friends with Dallas Kent, who's like a whole asshole or whatever.
Mhm.
And they played for, I think, Toronto, I want to say. Yeah. And Troy gets traded to Ottawa, so Ilya is in that one a whole bunch.
Okay.
It took me so long to get through.
That's okay. There's a
There's
lot.
just so many of them. It's
Well, and their names get a little familiar, like Troy Barrett and Eric Bennett.
uh-huh, I
These are
know.
such white men names. These are white
Uh-huh.
men.
It's not, yeah, not all of them, but yeah.
No, not all, but
But
the
yeah,
names get
the
really
names.
mixed. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all I have for honorable mention books. Anything else?
Nope.
Well, let's get into this recap then.
Camille and Silas race to uncover whatever evidence Kevin Foster was hiding, only to discover the safe is empty and they're not the only ones looking for this missing evidence. Meanwhile, Hank is able to visit Paul Granger, where he makes the connection that Kevin Foster had secretly given Aubrey a USB drive and a jewelry box made by Paul. Before Aubrey can access the USBs, Serenity's boyfriend Frank, who turns out to have been a spy for Silas Everett all along, steals it.
After Frank delivers the USB to Silas, we finally discover that it wasn't Silas who was driving the car that night at all. It was Margaret. Kevin Foster had buried the truth and let Paul Granger publicly take the fall while letting Randall Everett believe he was paying Foster to protect Silas. In the fallout of this, Margaret attacks Camille and disappears, and Detective Sullivan is exposed as Kevin Foster's contact for any dirty police work outside of Corpo, as well as being Ben's killer. At the climax of the book, Detective Sullivan is just about to kill Aubrey when Deacon runs in to save her, killing Sullivan in the process.
To protect themselves, and especially Deacon, as well as to secure Paul Granger's freedom, the group pins the original hit and run on Sullivan. In the end, Paul Granger is cleared and Margaret dies in a suspicious car crash. The book ends with Silas using Aubrey and Deacon to create one final alibi.
Hoo-wee! Okay, first, I just want to talk about the Angola prison rodeo. What the fuck? So,
Yeah.
Hank decides he needs to talk to Paul Granger in order to get a better grasp of what's going on. Thankfully, every Sunday in October, the Angola prison opens its doors to folks of all ages to come to events such as bull riding, convict poker, and wild cow milking. And what do you know? They have a whole arts and crafts fair where most of the inmates stand behind a 12-foot barbed wire fence, but the especially good inmates at what has been described as the worst prison in America can stand free to sell their crafts. Oh, so good luck. Okay, Paul Granger just happens to be a master leather craftsman who's standing out here on the free side. So lucky.
It was so... I said, what is happening?
I know. I was just like, okay, whatever the plot needs. So I guess my first question, have you ever heard about anything like this in real life? Is this realistic?
No. Well, okay, so I have never heard about anything like this. I did just now Google it. It is real. Tickets are $20. So if you want... Yeah.
What?
This is real. It's in St. Francisville, Louisiana. And yeah, tickets are $20. That's actually so cheap, honestly.
I'm shook. I wrote that whole thing to be snarky. Like, that could never happen.
I know, I also was like, this can't be real, but I'm like, it's also too specific to be made up. Like, it was, okay, but it is still so convenient. Like, what? Okay, Paul Granger just happens to be one of the free ones, so you can go talk to him. It is very convenient, but I guess this is a thing that happens, and it happens, I think April to, I can't remember, I can't see what the website says. April is the first weekend.
God, I'm so glad you looked that up because I would have looked like a fool.
Well, I mean, it is a really random... I've never heard of anything like this before.
No, me neither. I'm shook to my fudge core.
I know. Okay, would you go?
Okay, would I go? No.
Okay, I feel like I want to see it. Like, I want to experience this, but I'm also like, if it's the worst prison, like, what are we doing with these prisoners? Like, they're miserable the rest of the time? I don't know.
I'm worried that it's, like, unethical. Because,
yes.
Yeah, that's why I mostly don't want to go. But also, I'm with you. I want to see it just to be like, what the fuck? But I can say what the fuck from here. What the fuck, man?
I know. My thing, like, unethical is what the word I was looking for. You're right. Because I'm also like, they can put their earnings towards their commissary. But I'm like, well, the commissary food in prisons is, like, notoriously really expensive. So I'm like, if he sells, like, a bunch of bookmarks for $20, is he only going to be able to buy, like, a couple packs of ramen? Like, I don't know about all this.
And the people who are, like, doing the bull riding stuff. Like,
yeah.
That's, I don't like this. I didn't know this was a real thing, but
I think I'm going to go down the rabbit hole later about this because I'm I'm
Okay.
fascinated.
If you wanna give a presentation next time,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I should.
Well, okay, next question.
That answers that. Aubrey is back at home when she receives a call from Hank, who informs her about the secret compartment in the bottom of the jewelry box made by Paul Granger. Aubrey opens it to find a USB drive. Serenity's boyfriend, Frank, happens to be standing in the kitchen while this goes down and offers to let Aubrey use his laptop. Aubrey, thinking nothing of it, gives him the USB and he makes off with it. Aubrey only finds out what has happened when Deacon returns home and informs her that Frank has left. What was your reaction to finding out Frank was working for Silas and only there to spy on Aubrey all along? Did you suspect him?
Well, we definitely thought it was suspicious in the last episode that they were having a birthday party while all this was going down at their house. So I feel like, but sort of, we were in that way, we were suspicious of Frank. Like, why the fuck are you having your birthday party at their
At
house
this house, yeah.
when they're kind of in the middle of some shit? But to be honest, no, I did. Other than that, I did not suspect that Frank was in on this at all. I thought maybe
Mm-mm.
Serenity was, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
we talked about Serenity for sure, but was it even Frank's birthday? Maybe he was lying. Maybe he helped set all this up. No, because he was working for Silas only. I think it was just convenient, I guess. I don't know. I did not suspect him at all. Um, I don't know. My reaction was a little bit like, I will say, in this last chunk of book, I was starting to be like, okay, sure, whatever. If you need that to happen, then okay.
Whatever the plot needs.
Yeah, because it kind of was spiraling out. I was like, what's going on?
Afraid of what he will see on the surveillance footage, Silas asks Camille to watch it with him. After a tense lead up, it's revealed that Margaret was driving Paul Granger's truck that night, and she's responsible for the death of Aubrey's parents, as well as letting Silas believe he had been driving the whole time. Let's just first call out Tay fucking called this. So, how does it feel to be right? And what are your thoughts on how this all played out?
Feels good to be right, especially because I'm going to be honest, I just started getting confused during this section. I was feeling like a dingus, but when I read that part, I was like, okay, called it.
Yeah, you straight up called it. I know.
um,
I had some threads going, but I really didn't call anything from
mhm,
this one. It was a big swing and a miss, but you full on got this part.
I did. And I mean, it does make sense though, because like I kind of said last time, my reasoning was like, Margaret seemed to be more with it than Silas. So I could see how it would have been so easy to be like, actually, it was him.
That's true. Yeah.
But
And
it's
she
hard
was
to
just
predict.
fishy. She something was definitely up with her.
Yeah. She oh gosh, was it this section or last? She made a comment to Ben about like we're in this now, like just two kids from the wrong side of the tracks or whatever. She just kind of seemed like she was in it for the money of Camille's family.
Yeah, yeah. And just the power too, I think.
Yeah.
Like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the social currency.
Mhm. For sure.
Well, okay.
Okay. Now knowing that Silas carried all this guilt over killing two innocent people and failing to try and help the one who didn't die on impact for all these years, how do you feel about his character? Does it change the way you see him?
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause I think the crash and like him thinking that he like killed these people was such a defining moment for him where his opportunity to like break away from his dad and the family business was kind of just out of his grasp, and then like this happened, and uh all of a sudden now he's back under his dad's thumb, and like his dad has control over him cuz he thinks he's committed this crime and, has to go along
Mhm.
with the cover up and everything. So, and then at the end, Camille notes like how sad she is that Silas turned out to be exactly the man that her father wanted him to be, which I just kind of like I felt that. It was a little bit heartbreaking. He had a chance to get away from the family business, but it was too late now, and so I don't know. He made a comment about how he'll try to make it like more straight, but it won't go fully straight because that's not how it works.
Yeah. I did feel for him. I think something this book, what did he do for a living? Was their
He just
dad a
works for the
lawyer?
dad, I think. No, he's not a lawyer.
What does he do again?
He owned some land. I don't really know.
I
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
Shady business dealings.
Oh, yeah, just through overtime, like generational shady business dealings. That's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So, cause okay, he was guilty for like his whole life, and I mean, obviously he has empathy in that regard, or he's like not a sociopath, but in that regard. But I'm also like, what did he do on the daily? Like, what was his daily life like? Was he trying to help others because he had he wronged people in the past? I think we
It
don't get
seems
it.
like, yeah, we don't really know. It seems like he tried to fight his dad where he could, but he couldn't do much.
Yeah.
So he still was like in cahoots with a lot of the crime.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
I want
um,
everyone to be redeemed. That's my problem.
I know. Same.
Okay, Silas returns to the hospital to check on Camille after searching for Margaret all day and finds Hank there. They agree to speak again tomorrow, and Hank says that he needs to talk to Silas about a name that stuck out to him on a list of people at Paul Granger's house that night. We're left with the classic thriller cliffhanger at this point of who done it, but did you have any suspects in mind at this point? Who did you think the suspicious name was that Hank wanted to talk about?
Oh, at this point, I was on it. I was like, I have no idea who this suspicious name could be. Um, I didn't call it. Did you?
No, not at all. I'm stupid and I thought it was Margaret, but I was like, well, that doesn't make sense because they knew Margaret was there. Like,
Me
of
too. I was
course.
like,
So I was like, well, how is this whatever? And then I was glad that the next chapter just kind of moved straight into revealing who it was.
yeah, me too. But I was like, who else? Like, I was racking my brain, but I was like, Aubrey, was she there? Like, I don't know. That wouldn't really make
She's
sense,
too
but
young, I think. She
yeah.
was like 14 or something.
Oh,
Well, yes,
yeah.
that's not too young to party, but
Right. But I guess it just wasn't fitting. So I
yeah.
was like, I don't think it's her.
Yeah, I thought that would have been like a good cliffhanger if I wasn't just going to start the next chapter right then.
Yeah, for sure. It's like we're like in the home stretch of the book and you get like a new piece of info like that. And it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. After Camille is released from the hospital, Hank quickly steps into the protector role, offering to care for Camille post-concussion and let her stay with him as long as she needs. It seems clear that Hank does have deeper feelings, and then at one point, Camille thinks about how appreciative she is for him just being the friend she needs right now, with the implication that it could be more in the future. What are your thoughts on their relationship?
Okay, so I felt a little bit torn about this because I feel like they were a little bit trying to just shoehorn a romantic relationship in for Camille at the end, just for the sake of letting her have a happy ending or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also so brief and minimal that I'm like, well, whatever. It was not part of the story at all.
Yeah, agreed. I was just like, okay, sure, they can be together if they want.
I believe I did call in Ep 1 that Hank was in love with Camille.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you talked about that, so you kind of called it.
I'll take it where I can get it.
I just think it's funny because we saw flashbacks from Ben, and I guess like Hank is just respectful, so he wouldn't be trying to make moves on Camille when she was married, but it did feel kind of shoehorned. Like, okay, they just, now that his Ben's out of the picture, he's like, well, actually, but
I
whatever.
guess I did like her all along.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that kind of does happen where people just lie to themselves a little bit and say, "Oh, we're just friends, we're just friends." But if they
Yeah.
could be more, they would.
Mhm.
Hmm,
I
I
guess
don't
it's
know.
like from at the beginning of the book, we got Hank's POV, and he never mentioned anything like that. I
Yeah,
don't think
that's
so
true.
anyway,
Well,
but
he just talked about how him and Camille were friends,
mhm.
but he just was straight men ain't like that for the
I
most
guess
part.
not thinking about much.
Okay. Um, we jump back to Ben's perspective from 10 years ago. It's 2 days after Ben has dropped Silas off, and the police chief, Kevin Foster, comes to get a formal statement from Ben. This is where we find out that Foster's nephew, who was interested in joining the police academy, was staying with him for the summer. The chapter ends with the reveal that Foster's nephew is Nathan Sullivan, or as we know him, Detective Sullivan. What was going through your head when you realized that was Detective Sullivan as a kid in the flashback? And he was involved with this all along. And like, what connections had you made at that point?
Honestly, none. This one really came out of nowhere for me, and I wasn't following, like, I wasn't catching on to it. So I was like, "Oh, okay." Um,
Did you make the connection when they were like, "This is my nephew Nathan or Nathan Sullivan"? He goes by Sully.
oh, yeah, at that point I did, yeah.
That
But
was kind of. I said
mhm.
I screamed.
I screamed.
I didn't see it coming at
Ah!
all. I mean, I
Mm-mm.
talked about how I thought Sullivan knew more than he was saying, and I thought he might be the one to reveal in the end what happened, but I guess he kind of did in a different
Yeah.
way than I thought, but
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
No, I wasn't either.
It was a real twist we didn't see coming.
That's for sure. I was shook by it. I said, "Oh, okay. This is what we're doing."
Yeah, but it all kinda I mean, at that point, I was like, "Oh, oh, oh," like, all the strings were connecting.
Mhm. Back in the present day, Aubrey is home alone when Detective Sullivan shows up. It's immediately clear he is here to intimidate her into telling him what she knows. Sullivan gets violent and ends up strangling Aubrey, also making it clear he is the one who killed Ben. Thankfully, Frank had set up a doorbell camera and was able to tip off Deacon, who rushed home and saved Aubrey. After a struggle for Sullivan's gun, it goes off and Sullivan is shot dead. Frank and Silas show up shortly after, and they all work out a plan involving planting Ben's hunting knife, aka the murder weapon, on Sullivan, as well as framing him for the hit and run that killed Aubrey's parents 10 years prior in order to protect Deacon. How did the payoff that Sullivan was the killer land for you?
Well, as just discussed, I was surprised, but I liked it. I like when there's enough, like, evidence in the book that I could have guessed it, but it was, like, well hidden enough that I didn't. I
Yeah,
respect the game, I guess is what I'm
respect the
saying.
game. Yeah, I was like, so I think my issue was I just kind of lost track of all the background info. So he killed Ben because
Yes.
Ben was trying to. What was Ben's goal that he stopped
Ben
him?
was going to Kevin Foster's. He was on his way over there to open up the gun safe, looking for all of the evidence.
Okay.
Because it wasn't just about um the hit and run. It was 25 years worth of evidence against Randall Everett, but it also a lot of it implicated Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
His name was
Okay.
all over those files.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I have to be reminded of that constantly as I read this.
Well, there just was a lot of characters. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mad at that, but it's just you do have to like keep track of a lot.
And then, did you agree with Aubrey's decision to choose Deacon's safety over justice for her parents?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Margaret taking the blame for their death won't bring them back, but Deacon's her man now. That's her family. So,
Right.
um it makes the most sense to keep him with her. And then I appreciated what Silas said about how the story is close enough to the truth that it's believable.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I just thought it made sense.
So true. And then did you notice any plot holes or were you left with any unanswered questions?
Sorry, I'm so high, dude. I don't know. Was Yeah, I had a lot of unanswered questions.
Do you want to share them with the class?
I'm trying to think. I'm
Or
not
do you
really
remember?
sure. It's not really a plot hole, but I feel like we didn't get much about Serenity after she found out Frank was a spy. I think they just mentioned she was like more pissed off than sad, but I wanted more follow up on that. And I
I
kind of felt like
know.
there were a few other things that we just never really touched on again, but nothing's
I
happening
know.
to me.
No, I totally feel you. This book went for like it was like really fast paced
It
and then
wrapped up really quickly.
but yeah, it was like the whole book. Like there was no slow ending. It was very much like till the last minute and then the last chapter is like here's everything that happened after. So,
Yeah.
um yeah. I just I- yeah. We can go to the next one.
Okay, cool. Camille and Silas decide to buy and renovate the house Aubrey lives in as a gift and restitution for everything their family has put her through. Do you think Aubrey will see this as a meaningful gesture or a way of buying their way out of the guilt?
I don't know. It kind of feels like buying the way out of the guilt. Like, what if she doesn't want to live there?
Well, Camille did say she could sell it if she
Oh,
doesn't want
right.
to stay
Okay.
there. So
True.
I think it is just buying their way out of the
Yeah.
guilt, but I think Aubrey is smart enough that she's like, yeah, she'll be like, that's thank you. Yeah, great.
Yeah, me too. I would be like, I recognize you're doing this because you're guilty, and also I accept.
Right. I don't think you're like great for this, but I won't say no.
Yeah, I won't say no to a home renovation. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Um.
I think she would definitely see it as like a bribe or a payoff or whatever,
Mhm.
but she probably feels that she deserves that or she has earned
Yeah.
it. So,
Agreed. Uh. Yeah. Get your
there's
bag,
nothing
girl.
wrong with a little payoff sometimes.
Right. Get your bag, girl. Um. 3 days after Sullivan's death, Aubrey is back at work when Silas unexpectedly walks into the bar. He casually tells Aubrey and Deacon the official narrative. Margaret has been struggling with guilt for years and has relapsed into drinking. Just as he's getting ready to leave, Silas receives a call from the Corbeau police telling him that Margaret has died in a car accident. Silas tells Aubrey this isn't the justice she wanted, but it's the only justice possible. Do you agree this was the only justice possible for Margaret, and how did the ending land for you overall?
I think Aubrey kind of sealed Margaret's fate when she decided to go with the story that Sullivan was driving the car. Because at that point, she gave up, I guess, her right to go after Margaret. Um, so I don't know. I think, yeah, it kind of was the only justice possible because, especially from Silas's point of view, I mean, I hate to condone killing your wife, but it's not like he can divorce her and move on because she knows too much and there's just too
Mhm.
much risk in that. She could like ruin the whole family or whatever. So, and he could never trust her again, of course.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think I'm advocating for killing your wife if you need to.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like she God, I don't know. I mean, she didn't necessarily deserve to die even though she did cause other people to die in the past. But you're right. I was like, what other option is there? So I didn't love it, but I'm like, well, damn, guess you had to kill your wife.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I'm not like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. It was fucked up that she just let Silas like live with that for 10 plus
Oh,
years.
yeah. She was not a good person. But yeah, I was like, oh,
But yeah, I don't
okay.
know if that's worthy of death.
Just casually like, whoops,
But
gonna kill my
from
wife.
his perspective, like, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah. Because
Gotta kill your wife.
if he didn't, I mean, she would have ratted a bunch of people out. And, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I think it's like when, oh, you haven't seen The Sopranos, have you?
No, I kind of want to.
I made one of our dear friends watched it after I brought it up a lot of times, and then we would talk about it. It's such a, like, I don't know, unfeminist show.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say it's kind of like when they killed Adrian, so sorry, spoiler alert.
Um, it's like the male anti-hero type show, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next question. If you committed a crime and needed help coming up with an alibi or a cover-up, which character would you choose to help you?
Not Camille. Um,
No.
I would choose Deacon and Shane and Eddie if I
Oh,
could.
so true. I put Silas, 100%. That man is smart, and he's been trained by Randall Everett in the art of sketch.
So true. He would be a good choice too, but not Camille.
Not Camille. I think Deacon's a good choice. He has connections. Well, so does
Yeah.
Silas.
Mm-hmm.
Either one.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Which character in this book would be the worst to be stuck on a long car ride with?
Okay.
That's so funny.
Tough one. Because, well, if we're gonna go from the pool of people who are still alive at the end, I think my worst pick would be Camille. Because I don't even think she'd let me smoke in the car. So
Mm-mm.
I would be
She wouldn't.
really upset. Yeah,
Oh
she
my
seems like
god.
she wouldn't. It'd be like the time I drove 3 hours with my brother-in-law who wouldn't let me smoke in the
Oh
car.
my god. And talked about RFK Jr. Ugh.
And then I turned the music on, trying to just play music so he would stop talking, and he just talked louder. So then I turned the music up a little higher, and then he just talked louder.
Oh my
And eventually
god.
he was yelling, so I just turned the music off.
I can't believe the audacity to just still be yelling. I get embarrassed. And I'm like, okay, I'll stop. Like, come on.
I told my sister about it when we arrived to the place we were meeting her, and she immediately was like, "Why did you do that?" right in front of me.
That's so funny.
And he was like, I felt it happening. I don't know why I didn't stop.
Oh my god. And he was aware of it too. That's crazy.
Men are crazy. So I think Camille would be the worst choice if
Yeah.
it's people who are still alive at the end of the book. But if we're going for anyone from the book, I would say Ben, because I
Yeah.
think we would hate each other.
He would
I'm a
definitely not let you smoke in the car, and he
well,
would keep
yeah.
talking if you
Okay,
turned the music up.
this was my note. I'm a fat leftist, and he's a corrupt, probably conservative lawyer. Also, definitely wouldn't let me smoke in the car.
I'm a fat leftist. That's so funny.
Well,
Drew.
he seems like he hates fat people. I don't know.
No, you're so right. I think most of them probably, everyone in Aubrey's house is probably chill, but all the rich conservative Southern people, yeah, they probably would hate a bunch of fat leftists like us.
Well, yeah, being a fat
that wanna
woman is a moral
smoke.
failure to like people who subscribe to that beliefs.
No, so true. You're not wrong.
At one point, Kevin Foster made a comment about how he hoped that his confession would be enough to get him into heaven. Do you think he got into heaven?
No, that bitch is in hell where he belongs.
Dude, I don't believe in heaven or hell, but that bitch is in hell.
What I don't believe is being like, oh, I can just apologize to the Lord and I'll be good. No, you're gonna go to hell if that's what you believe in. I don't believe in heaven or hell either, but yeah. If
Yes.
that's where he is.
Okay, let's go back to our rankings from Ep 2, and we can just kind of quickly reflect on how right or wrong we were. About how suspicious each character was. So, Camille, Aubrey, Hank, the top threes.
Mhm.
Camille, I said 3, you said 4. Aubrey, we both said 6. Hank, we both said 2. In the end, none of them really were that suspicious. None of them.
Yeah. They
They
can all drop
all,
down to ones at this point.
yeah, they had their reasons for doing things, but none of it
Mhm.
was really that shady. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ben, we both gave him a 9, and well, yeah, of
Yeah, he's
course.
still a 9.
Great. Lila, I said 4, you said 1. I guess I was wrong about that. Same with Ben's assistant Trisha. I said 6, you said 7. Did I convince you or did I
Mhm.
record the numbers wrong? Okay.
I
Oh,
think you
I
convinced me.
I convinced you. Another swing and a miss.
Yeah, sorry to these women.
So I don't know what's wrong with us. We wanted you to be bad.
Yeah.
Randall Everett, I said 10, you said 12. I guess we were kind of wrong here because in the end, he didn't really end up having much to do with anything. So he
True,
was the
I
red
just said
herring.
12 because he's doing crimes for a living. But I
Yeah,
guess
that's
in the
true.
context of this,
Yeah,
I,
he was
I guess
still
not.
sketchy, but just nothing to do with the events of this story.
Yeah, he was busy
Um,
doing other crimes at this point.
yes, exactly. Silas, we both said 10, and then shockingly, he turned out to be way more innocent than we thought. Margaret, I said 7, Tay said 10. Tay was spot on, no
Oh,
notes.
that's crazy. I guess I probably just said 10 because she was linked to Silas, so good guess for me.
Yeah, well, no, you had already guessed that. Oh no, that was an up 3.
Yeah.
Okay, good guess. Deacon, I said 2, Tay said 1. I think I was just more hopeful that he wasn't suspicious than I actually thought that he was, but I'm glad he turned out good.
Me too.
Shane and Eddie, we both said 4. I definitely thought they were brothers at this point, but why did we suspect the 2 gay car thieves? They didn't do anything wrong except
No,
steal cars, I guess.
no, and actually, I'm team them. They're my faves.
Yeah, you're right.
I like them.
Serenity, we both said 1. I guess she wasn't that suspicious, but we definitely got hoodwinked by Frank,
Yeah, so did
who
she.
also turned out to be kind of fine in the end.
Yeah, he was working for Silas, and Silas ended up working with Aubrey as well. So yeah, it ended up being fine. It was a wash.
Yeah, it was a wash. Kevin Foster, we both said 10. No shit.
Yeah,
I think
he's
even
12.
by right. So, some hits, some misses.
That was fun. I liked your guessing game, though. Now that we're finished with the book, let's give our ratings. We're using the 5-star scale rating, where 1 is don't bother finishing, 2 is bad, 3 is okay, 4 is good, and 5 is great. What would you rate this book, Em?
Well, if we were doing 0.5s, I think I would say 3.5, but we're not. So, I think
We
I'm gonna
ain't.
give it a 4.
Oh, okay.
Rounding up. The twist was good. It got me.
Yeah.
Feel like you could have guessed the ending if you were paying close enough attention, and I wasn't.
Yeah, same. I was starting to say, okay, I lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I said 3. Um,
Okay.
it was fine. I don't think I'd like go out of my way to recommend it to anyone, but it was by far not the worst book I've read. And ultimately, my thing is kind of like, did I have fun reading it, and did I drag out reading it? Like sometimes I'll think I'm liking a book, but I read like 10 minutes every couple of days, and I'm like, I don't like this. That's why I'm putting it off. So I'd
So
say
true.
3.
Okay. Well, I was right in the middle. 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm generous. I'll round up. But
It
I
was
will.
it
I'm
was an easy read
stingy.
too.
That's true. I'm stingy with a 5-star. I don't give a 5-star very often, but I
Yeah.
usually rate books 3 or a 4.
Same. I feel like I'm pretty solidly 3 or 4 for the most part. Well, friends, we've come to the end of Anatomy of an Alibi, and while we've had a lot of fun with breaking this one up into 4 parts, we thought it would be nice to switch up the format a little bit. So we've decided we're going to go back and cover all of Karen Slaughter's Grant County and Will Trent books between new releases.
We've both already read all or most of these books, so instead of breaking them down into multiple episodes, it will just be 1 episode per book. That means our next episode is going to cover Blindsided by Karen Slaughter from start to finish.
If you're not familiar with Karen Slaughter's work, she's a best-selling crime novelist with more than 25 titles under her belt. All of her books take place in Georgia and focus on law enforcement solving crimes.
Blindsided, which was published 25 years ago in 2001, was her first novel, and this is the first book in the Grant County series, which revolves around small-town pediatrician/medical examiner Sarah Linton, Sarah's ex and the chief of police, Jeffrey Tolliver, and the only female detective in Grant County, Lena Adams. So we can't wait to dive in to catch up with that. And that's all for chapters 33 through 42 of Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston. Next time, we'll be sparking up a discussion with Blindsided by Karen Slaughter.
Until then, may your blunts be rolled and your plots be twisted. And if you like this episode, find us on all the social medias at Bodies, Blunts, Books. I'm Tay, and this is Em, and we're Bodies, Blunts, and Books, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!